Hey everybody, Dean DaCosta, Search 30, and let's kick it off with
Years spent in the trenches learning the craft, how to read between lines, the art of the ask. He shares what he's learned, lifts others along, knows that helping people is where he belongs. They whisper a nickname when his name comes around, the search authority, that's the respect he has found.
Alrighty, so let's get back into it. When last we spoke, we were talking about adapt or die and AI. What I'm trying to do is get people to not be so afraid, because the reality is there's nothing to be afraid of. Those that adapt to AI and learn how to use AI to augment what they're capable of will be fine. It's those that don't. And inevitably, there's always some that don't. But we're not going to go backwards into the history. We're going to go forward. Um, so I highly recommend you take an AI class, an AI prompt class. You can go on Udemy. They got boatloads of them. They're not expensive. Some of them are even free, and just give you a head start. Because what I'm trying to do here is not teach you everything there is to know about prompting. This is like the Reader's Digest version, just so you kind of get a feel. That's it. Now, with that said, when last we were speaking, I had mentioned what an AI agent was, and I used this analogy. Um, it's like having a whole bunch of data in one place and having an LLM or an AI, whatever you want to call it, that only drives its answers from that pieces of information. Now, that was very simplistic. LLMs can do much more than that. They can connect to your calendars, they can connect to all sorts of things and bring and do that. But I was trying to be simplistic. And in fact, one type of LL of AI agent is called a RAG, a retrieval augmentation generation. It's an AI architecture that combines real time. I mean, you can see it, real time information with generative AI models to produce accurate. Basically, it's exactly what I said. But a RAG is a type of AI agent. It's just a very specific AI agent, whereas AI agents can do more. Like I said, this is Reader's Digest. I'm trying to keep it simple. So let's move on here. We're not going to get too much into the RAG. So I'm going to run through this quick because I don't want to keep you guys on as long as the last one. This is the outline prompt model stacking. That's basically what I use. It's actually one. It's actually the model I use, and it's the one I actually came up. The framework I actually created. The other framework that I use the most is KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. You know, for writing an email. Well, the same thing for write prompt. However, as you see, common prompt frameworks. There are a boatload. The CARE framework. The PGTC stand for Personal Goal Task Content. The CRAFT content. You can get the idea how these are named. The RTFD or RTF or whatever model, the GRWC, the Wiser, the CoStar, the Crispy, the BAB, okay, whatever, the 5S model, the Few Short Zero Sharp Prompt, whatever, Agile Prompt Engineering, and whatever that is, Tag, Rise, Aim, Grow, Fit, Lead, Race, Crit. Oh, wait a minute. That's part of race. My bad. Oh, no, no, no. I'm right. Race. So then crit, then pain, then ape, then RTF ape. Okay. I think you get the dang idea. There are a boatload of, but like I said before, there's certain things they will all have in common. There will always be a persona, always be an ask, and always be how you want it out. So let's just look at one or two just so you get it. We're not going to look at the two that I use and or created because I actually created the KISS module too. We're going to look at take care. Context, describe the situation. Basically, that's your persona. I'm a recruiter trying to do this. That's the situation. Your request, that's basically what you want. And your example tells you how you want it out. The provide constraints, that's just stuff you don't necessarily have to have, but you can. Um, it's that thing where it's like, well, don't look on LinkedIn. That would be a rule, a constraint, whatever. If we look at the PGTC, it's the same thing. Persona, state your objective, what you want. Well, actually, this is what you want, and then this is how you want it out. Provide back. I mean, every one of them are exactly the same. They just like to call it different things. They may elaborate, they may not elaborate, whatever. Um, but that's basically it in a nutshell. Now, keep in mind up here where I said prompt, it is any piece of text, question, or directive designed to elicit a specific type of output from a language model or other AI tool. Instruction, context, examples, persona, format, tone. You don't necessarily have to have them all. the tone isn't really 100% needed because if you say as a recruiter, it's kind of implied. Um, so that's about all we're going to do today. What I want to do, and I know this is all blah, blah, blah to a lot of people. Sorry. We're going to actually get into the outline method. I'm actually going to get into it, but as a high level, I'm not going to teach you how to use it because I don't want to. I just want to get you into the general idea. And keep in mind, not all of these prompts are equal. I can create two different outline prompts and they're not the same. One might be 15 lines long, the other one might be 80 lines long. It really depends on the information you want, how in depth you want, where if you want to tell it specifically where to go or where at a minimum to go, but also, I mean, there's so many variables. But it's not as hard as people like to think it is. Now, with that, let's look at a couple of AI tools, shall we? Just so you guys don't think I'm just leaving you here. Well, all you did was talk and I did, and I do, and I'm sorry, but it's the way it is. So I'm hoping you guys can see this. So we're going to find out. We're going to look at an AI tool. We're going to go through using a Chrome extension I created. You guys probably can't see AI Tools Navigator. This is a tool I created for the AI tools I like the most. I have another tool for all sorts of AI tools, like 8,000 of them or something like that. So what we're going to do is the first thing I'm going to look at here and show you is Galaxy AI. Now, the reason I'm showing you Galaxy AI is because, first of all, it provides you all these pre-written prompts, all of them. Second of all, it provides different ones. AI image generator, this kind of generator, that kind of generator. So it provides you prompts, but it also will provide you prompts designed to do specific things and generate specific. Now, we're going to chat with AI, which is going to get me to here, which is AI. But you'll notice right now it's on ChatGPT for blah, 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 blah. Look at all the ones it has, though. It has OpenAI, Anthropic, Google, XAI, Perplexity, Liams, Qwen, DeepSeek, Mistral, Microsoft, OpenRouter, and Moonshot. And down here, it actually will tell you the different versions. So like it has this many different versions of OpenAI. If we go to Anthropic, it's going to have this many, which is Claude. And if we go to Microsoft, it has this many. So you got the newer ones, the older ones, and sometimes, the Perplexity, it's got all these. To do mainly all sonar orientated. Um, Sonar is its quicker model. Llama. Yeah, Meta's Llama, haha. DeepSeek, which is a research oriented one like Perplexity, although, so you get the general idea. And that's what Galaxy AI is. I love Galaxy AI. It's one of my favorites. And it's one of my favorites because I can get access to so many ones. Now, earlier I mentioned you write a prompt and you want to QA or QC it. Well, this particular tool, oops, too far. Optimizer generator. These are optimizers. There's a tool here that is actually designed to optimize prompt. This one right here is called Presser Tesser, blah, 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 blah. And it will tell you how good your prompt is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to one of the prompt listings I have, not my personal ones, because I don't tend to want to do that because I've already put them through there and it'd be a waste of my time not to. So let's grab a blog writing prompt that was somebody else created. So this is a KISS model that they used, or what I would call a KISS model. So they may have other names, or maybe one of the others. So let's see what they say. For me, when I go through this, anything that is 80 or higher is great as is. If it's 60 or higher, 60, 80, you want to kind of look at it. And keep in mind, not all of the things it tells you to do, you have to do. So it's saying the template structure allows customized input, great. Focus on targeting an ideal customer or persona, great. Lacks detailed instructions about tone, style, and format. Well, maybe you're not worried about that. Does not specify the nature of desired action or how to incorporate persuasive elements. This goes back to one. They're trying to say, okay, you got the style, but how do you want to put in? Basically, what writing style do you want? And then ambiguity and variables, type of blog post may cause. So basically, what they're saying is you need to decide in what writing style you want it. Do you want it serious? Do you want it joyful? Do you want it laughing? Do you want it complicated? And then they want to know basically, is this a technical blog? Is it a, that's basically what they're saying. The reality is most of this stuff, the type of blog post is right there. You can put in ideal customer persona. I mean, once you fill in the blanks, squared, brackets is basically where you put information in. Once you put the information in, most of these things down here will be solved, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. But this is called Prompt Tesser.com. It's pretty good. I like it. In addition to that, Galaxy AI actually has a optimizer slash QA one, and you can actually create your own prompt to do it, which I do have. So that's about it for today. We are going to get into more. We're going to get into a lot more tools as well as the different prompt frameworks. But that's it for today because it's already way longer than I wanted. So to take us out, remembering I'm Dean DaCosta of the Search Authority, may the source be with you.
Not a title he chases, just what others see in someone who loves helping others be free. Just finding the way, one search at a time, matching hearts to missions, reasons to rhyme, with tools and processes humble and true. Delights for the moment he's helping you.
There you go, folks. Again, Dean DaCosta, Search Authority. May the source be with you.